All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Dan Scott Traders Hub. And as usual, this is Dan, and this is a channel for the community of traders on the leave. And I don't think I will ever go to any other blocker. Anyways, I will see. But for now, I'm into the leave, and it's the broker I've been using for some time, so that's why I say it's a community of traders who probably trade synthetics and BTC, Bitcoin. All right, so I welcome. I'm seeing some comments here. Welcome, welcome Rachel. Welcome Felix, and other people that are coming in. Welcome once you join. You can say hi to us and let us know where you're joining in from. But as of now, we love not to waste any time and just head over to the charts and start right away. So as usual, you guys know the drill. The drill is always we start with crash 500, and that's where we are going to start from. All right, so on crash 500 yesterday we saw, when was yesterday? Okay, this was yesterday. So we had that breakout. I had said we have no entry because we didn't have the pullback. We never had the pullback after we went on this chart when this move had already finished this retracement. So we never had an entry, but from where we can see where we are currently, we got the pullback. This is like a pullback here. You can see that it came back to that order block there, and from where we are, oh, wait a minute, on H4 we saw that kind of it's like a double top. Oh, okay, it's like a double top on H4, whereas somehow we haven't reached where we are looking at. We haven't even reached 50% of this order block. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, so it's somehow risky. But according to H1, this is some sort of pullback. According to H1, sometimes I love to enter there and then, but I will wait. I will wait on M5. I will wait on M15, I mean, to make my entry to buy it at least back to this level, at least back to that level or this level here. But I know it may go, there is a possibility of it going all the way back to, I mean, going all the way to that level there. Now that it has retraced here, let's look at price action here a minute. Break of structure, retest there, break of structure here again. Now retest came back all the way here. So if I was on H4, it would not have made sense. I'll have to stay on H1 and look at the previous low. This will be the previous low here. That would be the discount. Here on M15 we have the break of structure. Now went back to retest. We have to wait for this move to get finished. This move, if it doesn't work out, if it fails to come through, then you will be looking for entry after that breakout there. But you have to be careful because it may just start to do something like that. So I rather wait. This tells me I just wait. I just wait. That is the only thing that I can see currently, to wait for this move to mature. We may get an entry, a short buy entry on M15. That will be the scalping one, to just scalp it in 10-15 minutes and you're out. You take whatever money you have or just scalp it in an hour and you're out. Sometimes depending on your strategy of scalping, many people don't scalp for even an hour. They scalp for minutes. They scalp for minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and they are out. They move out of the market depending on how volatile that market is. So for the case of crash 500, you may want to scalp for about 15 minutes or an hour, and then you just move out. I think we've exhausted this. We need to now wait for price to give us what we are looking for, or to head over back to sales. But like I've told you guys, on H4 and daily we still have that room. That's why I'm saying we may still see some buys. Yes, of course, I've also told you that sometimes price reacts from that level and it doesn't go even 50% of the order block, but it is very rare. It's on rare occasions that it does that. So for now, I will wait for more clarification. I think I will have to, this time I will have to make an entry on this asset, crash 500, today. I must make some money on crash 500 today. All right, let's wait for it. We'll come back to it, and let's jump to Boom 1000. Let me see if we have some comments. Not really. So Boom 1000, Boom 1000, Boom 1000, Boom 1000. Now, with Boom 1000, we made a lot of money. We made a lot of money, and I wanted it to come all the way here. That was anyway, the first TP level was here. It was hit, although I had those who remember, this was the move here. This was the move. Those who remember. Now later on, I went ahead and discovered it was also giving me that. Then I pushed my other TP here, but it didn't reach it. It actually went for this other TP. So I hope you guys made money here, because this is how I made money. I did what? I forgot to push my stop loss near, but that's how I made money. This is the move. The move was there. That's when we entered it. That was when on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. It's when I made this entry, and the TP there that I was telling you guys, it was hit properly, and immediately after hitting that TP, we started buys. So this move is no longer necessary. It followed the first TP level. So I can delete now everything here. Alright, so now that we know we have that, let's head over to, this was H1, where we are currently, where price is reacting from, is a fair value gap that was left back. That's a fair value gap. So let's get to H4 and we understand that level more. Let's get into it deeper. Okay. So looking at Fib will immediately tell us that Fib will immediately tell us that we have gone to premium level. Remember, have we broken structure? Yes, on this other low here, we broke structure there, and we got a new lower low, and that low is on a support, and we traced back there to grab liquidity, but we haven't taken out the previous lower high there. So I think we wait for H4 candle to close. Let me go to lower time frame, and the lower time frame somehow confirms that. But until this H1 candle closes and another one starts, we can't just be sure that we've finished the pullback there. So of course on M15 it is visible there, but it has just also gone below my 10 MA. So what do? It is waiting. Before we finish the session, we'll be knowing which direction we are taking, and we may even take some trades. If it happens to continue selling, we may enter some sells, and these will be for scalping. Let me see, H1 will be for scalping, and those who want to swing can also swing it. Let's look at swing trade. We have some untested levels here. That will be some level of interest. That will be some point of interest there. And let's look at, let's delete this now. Now bring this here and look at it. Interests, we haven't even gone down below, so that means we are still going down. So the sell is somewhat confirmed on H4, that we should continue selling. A sell is somehow confirmed there. We should continue selling. This can be deleted also. delete all that. Yeah, a sale is confirmed, but now we need to wait for an entry. We need to wait for an entry. Another candle on H4 hasn't started, so I will wait for that. It's the one I will wait for. H at 11, then I can make a decision there. Alright, so now that leads me to go to another asset. Hope we are good. You guys, if you have a question, don't hesitate to go for it. I'll be ready to answer it. Welcome, Nobina. Now let's head over to Boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. So, Boom 500. It actually did what we wanted, but there's some rejection going on both sides. There's rejection going on both sides. There's we have a break of structure, a retest, but now there's also rejection on that level there. Let's head over to H4. We look at H4. The reason we have that rejection is we have an order block there, and it has been tested. Now that is the second time testing it. And looking at CCI, it's the very level of retracement there. So this can tell us that we may see some sales first before we can continue buying. Let's look at daily. Daily we are supposed to be selling, and weekly we are supposed to be selling. So it's only H4 that was buying, and it has reached a level where there is a lot of resistance, and that can only tell us that sales are on. If you go to H1, you will see that there is rejection right there, and this can tell me one thing, that we may see price get into some kind of pattern like this, which will end up being like a triangle. It will end up being like a triangle in what? In consolidation. And just do that. It will end up being like a descending triangle in consolidation, and if it does that, then we'll be knowing that we may anticipate a reversal going down below, according to daily. Going down below according to daily, because daily we are selling. We haven't even touched that order block there, so we are still having momentum to sell this asset according to daily time frame. Alright, so I think that's it on Boom 500. Right here I can easily enter my sales. The only issue is CCI is not confirming, so I need another confirmation if CCI is not confirming that entry. On M5, on the other hand, it is a good entry for me, but will it be, I'm on the resistance level there. That is one conference. The other conference is on M15. Price has gone below 10 MA and it has retested several times. So I may enter here, but I would not love you guys to enter there, probably when price breaks that level. Yeah, so I'll be looking at taking advantage of this trade to this level here, and now knowing that, I will have to put my tight stop loss just above that high there. Yeah, and I will enter 2 trades I'll enter 2 trades there, and I'll bring my tight stop loss there. I'll be looking at my TP around this area. Let me see, this is 15, this is 3. I can even reduce my TP there to look at 1 to 3. Actually, like 1 to 4. Yeah, this is 1 to 4. So I'll be looking at 1 to 4 around that level there. That's why I'll be taking my profit around that level there. So I've gone in for a sell, and you've seen the reasons I've gone in for that. Some kind of double top there on M15, which was confirmed by M5 there. But as you guys know, we normally enter on the neckline there. This is the neckline for the W, and that's what I'll be looking for. The other confirmation was the support level there. I decided to take this risk because it is on support. That's why I've gone with 2 confirmations there. But the other confirmation that I should have waited for would have been on H1. So I want to take this risk. That's why I've put my tight stop losses. I would have put them all the way up there, even up there when I was very sure, but here I'm going with only 2 confirmations. That's why I have to limit my risk there. So because of the 2 confirmations I have, that's why I've entered, and the very one that has made me to actually act on this very level is the support, and also the kind of structure that I'm kind of seeing in formation. This would be the 3rd confluence, but it is not yet there because I don't have another low like a 3rd one to confirm. Yes, I have these down here, they are confirming somehow, but not to exactly what I want on the other side. So I will go with that because of those 2, and this resistance up here being the major one that has led my decision there. So yeah, I will go with that for now. All right, so we'll come back to it before the session ends, and if it has taken me out, yeah, you know, because I've told you guys I want you to enter on this level here. Why? Because there you will be knowing that you have a risk-free entry, because that is our kind of neckline on the double top there. Yeah. All right, now let's head over to Volatility 25. This one, I don't know if any of you guys even dared to enter this asset, because it was a money giver. It was a money giver. Let me just do this here. Just close that out, and then we change this to boom into volatility. Vol 25 one is so volatility 25 one is if you missed yesterday's analysis, you can please go back and check it out, but that's where we had an entry there, and the entry was exactly where we wanted. It was on that fair value gap. I think that was on that was on M15. It was a sniper entry there. Those who remember, I had put my buy limits, my sell limits there. There were 2, and one was activated. I came later in the night and deleted the other. Yeah, that's how this is when it was. Up to now, I'm still in this trade. It is still going. This is my stop loss. It is in profits already. Yes, so I don't know if any of you guys actually dare to make an entry here, but now from where we are currently, we are looking for this. Those who remember, this is the move, the swing move exactly that we are looking for, and price broke out there and then went back there. That's where we got our exact move there. And for the past 12 hours, even more, we've been selling uninterrupted. This is a volatility 25 1s. We've been selling uninterrupted. Right now, we are looking at coming back here, but before we even get there, this is those who remember, I told you this is like a double top. This is like a double top there, but some people may even see around what is it called? There's a pattern there. There's that kind of pattern. I've forgotten about it. But yeah, some people may see that and may have taken action there because of what they are seeing there. But me, I was looking at price action and that double top there on the daily time frame, and the neckline has been broken there. So what we can anticipate from this level is a retest. It is a retest later on, so we may anticipate a retest to go back to this level. If it fails to go inside that channel, then we enter ourselves on another layer. We make another layer of entry to take us right here on this level. We have many take profit points. We have that, and we also have some other down here. All these are untested points of interest that may turn out to be support levels. So currently they are not support levels because probably this may be a support level. It has been tested once, yeah, so it may come back and be tested. So this may be some good point of interest for us to wait for. So as of now, price is H4, a new candle has started. It may be a retest candle to take us back on that very breakout on that channel, or it continues selling. So for now, we have no entry until the retest is confirmed. Until that retest has clearly been confirmed. But looking on this other level, if I can go to M15, you will realize that there's been a consolidation going on. There's been consolidation going on there. So if we are seeing consolidation there, that clearly tells us that we are still looking for momentum to continue pushing for sales. But now the one that we have here, according to M15, is signifying a buy. Now because this is a falling wedge, that means we will be looking for a buy, and this may be a short buy just to take back to this level there and then later on continue to sell. So we wait for this move to finish and then we can anticipate sales later on. Right now I won't enter any buys because this is a falling wedge and I know this may be a retest according to higher time frame. this may be a retest just to bring me closer to that level, and then later on sell. So that's, I will leave this at M15. My stop loss is intact there with my profits. If it comes back, it will take me up there and it will be still a win. I can close here. In fact, let me close here and call it and wait for what? And wait for another layer of entry. Yeah, close. So I've closed in my profits. So that was the move there. From there to here, according to the history, it was a sniper entry there. So we will wait for another entry around that area. If it gives this, if it fails to go back inside the channel, but according to higher time frame on daily and what have you, we may not see that happen for now, because we have a double top there. All right, I think that we've exhausted, so we will leave it at M15. Let's head over to crash 5, volatility 75. Goal 75, we may start to see some buys because of what is happening. Let's see. So yeah, yesterday, those who remember, did we make an entry at, no, I did not. Those who remember, I was looking for this pullback so that I can enter that market to take me up for that retracement level. Now it reached that level actually, but it did give me an entry. So right here, after reaching that level, I was anticipating this move to go back and continue selling, but it's somehow going for this other move, retracement, to go back inside the triangle there. Those who remember, we have a triangle there, we have a descending triangle there. So the move is currently the retracement actually on the daily. Is it on the daily? Let's zoom in. Yeah, the retracement is pushing back inside the triangle, which means that was a fake breakout. That can only tell us this was a fake breakout on the daily. So we can head over back to H4 and now look at, for now really, let's see if this was actually something that we would have made entry from. Not really, I will not have made an entry here, so I will leave this alone until it gives me another entry. So right now this move is still valid, though we haven't broken that high. So until we break this high here, then I can now start to think of buys to take me actually up there. So for now, I'm still skeptical about this move of the buy. I will still stick with this until this high is broken. So we can now head over to H1 and look at, okay, we can see that it reacted on that last order block there, and we have some breakup structure here if we are reading price action, and if we have that there, then now we have retested that breakup structure and we've gone back for a new higher high. So once it gives me a new higher high, now I can think of making an entry on H1. That means we'll be going with this other move that we anticipated some days back. All right, so I will leave this at H1 and delete this also. All right, so that is volatility 75. If it gives us a new higher high, a new high here, then we will anticipate we can either scalp the selling of retracement coming back to the breaker block on H1, then wait for an entry for the buys to take us all the way up there. That would be a swing trade. The selling will be a retest, will be a scalping entry just for that retest coming back to the breaker block. So we'll anticipate something like this, then a pullback on the breaker block. That is if it breaks this higher high, then we make that entry to take us right there. So that's one thing that we can anticipate. So for now we can't enter any buys, but when it gives us a high there, we can anticipate a scalping entry opportunity to scalp a sell down below here, and then move out, take our quick profits, and then wait for a swing buy entry to take us right up there. I hope that is very clear, and we are good for that. Larry is saying that would be cup and handle. Not really cup and handle. Most of the times it would be, let me show you. This will probably, if it is a vice versa kind of cup and handle. Where were we? Was it vol 25? Was it boom? I don't remember. Which asset was it? I think it was this on a daily, on H4. Yes, it was this on H4. So cup and handle, you'll be anticipating breakout to the buys, So if this actually ends up being a cup and handle, then you'll be looking at buys. So because the breakout, you're looking at entry on this very neckline on the cup and handle. For that one, I know. So that would be our kind of move. That's why I said this is a weird kind of structure, but it looks to be a cup and handle there, exactly a cup and handle, but the structure and where the price is moving towards, it kind of goes against the cup and handle pattern. It kind of goes against the cup and handle pattern. You'll be looking at an entry there, but before actually we can conclude that we are going to continue selling, let's look at weekly. What are we having on weekly? Weekly is also supporting the sells. Daily is supporting the buys. So if daily is on the buys, maybe it could be a cup and handle, but we had a double top there, and we've just broken out of that neckline. So we can only confirm if today closes out there, then we may not follow the cup and handle. But if it goes back inside above that neckline, then the cup and handle may be on, and we may anticipate even buys all the way from that very support level to take us right there, to actually look for the buy to continue right there. Remember, we had anticipated some liquidity left back here according to weekly time frame. There's that fair value gap there, and there's that order block. So before we may continue selling according to weekly, we may see some liquidity grab there, and then later on we'll continue selling according to the weekly. So there's a lot to consider. On H4 though, we are still selling, but you can see there's low momentum currently. So yeah, fingers crossed, the cup and handle may come through, because we always look for entry on the buys there when price breaks the neckline. but most of the times me myself, I always look for a sniper entry around the areas where the handle is, and then I grab that to swing it all the way up there. All right, thanks guys. We can now head over to another asset. We can head over to another asset that would be V75. We finished it. We'll be anticipating something like that. So let's head over to V50 and we look at how we are going to make some if it is going to give us some money or not. So V50, V50. All right. Oh, we had already actually anticipated we can make our entries here, so it is still kind of consolidating. It is still in some kind of consolidation. It is not consolidating, but it has a low momentum, and I really don't love entering markets like this. Look at the structure of candles. Rejection is on both sides, buys and sells. Yeah, so I sometimes want to run away from such market. I already have my points where I'm waiting for. The best thing for me to do is just to stick to the plan and I wait. Stick to the plan and I wait. I don't want to force a trade here. Let me see daily. Daily is still showing us sells. H4 is showing us sells. H1 is showing us sells. So no need to really push for anything here. Just have to wait for a good clean entry and then we do that. Let me see, we have come back there and this was a break of structure. Now this was a pullback there, and I think I can make my entry here, one entry there, and I'll put my stop loss there, and I'll be looking at my TP where I had anticipated there. Yes. Why have I entered this? Simple thing. Daily we are selling. We're looking for sales. H4 we are looking for sales, and it is somehow heading or below my 10 MA. H1 it hasn't gone below my 10 MA though, but M15 has. So H1 the sales have started, and the reason I've entered here is because I have my high there, but for some reason I started to come for sales. Although I haven't broken this previous lower low, on a smaller time frame the structure has changed to somehow sales there. That's the structure there. That's why I've decided to make my entry, and that's the reason why I've even put my tight stop loss. On the other side I would have put my stop loss above there just to be sure, but because I have fewer confluences that are confirming the sell because of the momentum that is happening here, that's why I've put my tight stop loss there, and I'll be looking at 1 to 3 there, 1 to 4 actually, if the sell continues to break through and come all the way here. Jump 25. Jump 25. So jump 25, let's look at, is it coming to where we want? This was yesterday. Let's see, what did we miss? So yesterday's analysis, let's review yesterday's analysis. We wanted to sell in premium. Were we looking for sales? Let's look at H1. So we were on that support level. We said we would actually wait for that retracement, then we can make a buy there to take us up there. But the retracement just was short-lived. It didn't come back. It didn't come back down below. So now, if that didn't actually respect the analysis, let's look at H4. So this is a strong support level, as everyone can see. Several times it has rejected price to break through. It has hindered price to break through it. So that can but yes, even on CCI, according to H4, it is confirming that. But on the daily, things have changed. Things have changed. On the daily, we are looking for a retracement to grab liquidity there, to grab liquidity here before we can come for the buys. I think on the weekly we should be having buys, yes. But there's that big order block there that we've reached, and we've even reached 50% of it. That was 50%, I believe so. And then we started to sell. So looking at CCI, we had reached that 0%, which is a retracement level. That's why on the daily we should be looking for some more sales. But then there's this support holding us. What does that imply? This can only imply that we have low momentum, and we have to consolidate for some more time to get enough momentum to break through this support at H4. Once we get that, then we'll be having this pullback to bring us here, grab liquidity, or whichever level it decides to grab liquidity from. Then on the weekly, we'll be heading for the buys. We'll be heading for the buys to get into overbought. So right here, I can now head over to H1, and look at this also. There are many levels here. This is going to be some weird assets to really analyze. Okay, so from there we have that also. From there we have that level also that is being responded to. So we have two ranges that we can clearly see that is happening. We have that kind of range on the daily. We have that kind of range on the daily that is being as a resistance level there, and the support here down below here. And then on H4 we have another range, this very support level on H4, and that support, resistance level up there. So that is now the consolidation that is happening. Remember, we saw this kind of move. So the anticipation is to first, after whatever it does, after that consolidation, we'll be seeing this kind of move come through. So whichever happens, first delete this now, whichever decision it decides to give us, whichever way or trend it decides to go, we're going to see this. But from where we are, we know that we're going to sell. This is a consolidation that is going to take some good hours or days, because this is a strong support level. It can't just break it like that. It has to first get enough momentum. And yeah, don't be surprised, as always how I tell you, don't be surprised if it first breaks out and goes there. that will be a manipulation to just tell you that no, we've gone to buys now. Then you make your entries for buys only to stop from there, and then comes back right down below. So you need to be careful when you're trying to follow the trend and all that. You need to be careful. You need to read all time frames and understand what is happening on all time frames. So there we may see that manipulation, which may be according to H4 manipulation breakout there, and later on continue to sell according to daily time frame, because this will be a retracement on the weekly to head to bring us back into the buys. So we just have to be ready for what it gives us. For now, the buys will be on. So if we see a breakout there, you may enter your scalping buys, your short buys there, and you take the money, short monies as you can, and then as we wait for a swing move, So for now, I can try to draw a structure here on M15 and get to see how one can actually come to that decision of the buy. So we have our expanding falling wedge there, and we know that once we break out there, we'll be looking for this exact move. There, which will still be in the consolidation. I mean, in the resistance level on H4 there. So I want here, let me check here. This may be a confirmation of our buys there. Yeah, we have a confirmation of our buys. Why do we have a confirmation of our buys? There's that level there. If I head over to M5, you will see that we have those other blocks there. That's where price reacted from, and this level is in our discount zone. That's where we normally look for our buy entries from. But don't be surprised if it also comes back for this fair value gap there. It's the only fair value gap I'm seeing there on this order block. This is not. Oh, there's that fair value gap actually. So we may not see it actually come back because of this fair value gap here. So I can't delete this. I can't delete that. This was one here. It was reacted from, and then later on exceeded it. Gave us a fake breakout there and went ahead. So yeah, it may go from there. So for now, I think we are on for buys according to M15. We are on for buys. Alright, so I will wait for that to mature, and then we will look for entries there. And H1, of course, it is showing you clear entries for buys. We had a break of structure there. If you were to read price action, we had a break of structure there and a retest, and now we are trying to continue to get a new higher high, and that's why the resistance is trying to hold us back. Okay, now I want to leave that and head over to jump 10. What have I done? Okay. Jump 10. So yeah, we got that fake breakout here, went back inside, but we know that on H4 we are still looking for sales, and on daily it's what? It's a retracement that we'll be aiming for before we can continue buying. So going back to H4 and H1, consolidation is still happening within that kind of. I can actually now change this to this because I don't have to stick to what I already have. So that becomes a falling wedge. If that becomes a falling wedge, then I will anticipate this actual move actually. I can delete this now. I don't know this movement is foolish. It's taking us there. It's taking us there, so I can delete it for now. Delete that, make my chart clean, and then I wait for this move here. And on H4 price is above 10 MA. On H1 it is a buy. We tested here, break of structure there, failure there. Okay, so one may look for entries on H1 to actually go in for the buys, but then you have to be cautious because you have a resistance trend line there. So I would rather wait for the breakout on that resistance level, the resistance trend line, before I can make my buy entries there. So that's it for Jan 10. I think that now brings us to go for the recap of today's session. We can go through everything that we've gone through, all the assets, and then we call it a day. Hope you guys are all good. Now let's head over to Crash 500. And as we head over to that, today we have a BTC analysis. It's a Friday, so we'll be having a BTC analysis. We see how far the bull run has gone and what is happening. Can we make an entry or not? So today at exactly 1 we'll be heading for a BTC analysis. So going back to Crash, it hasn't really broken out that level. It actually went all the way down below, and we don't have an entry yet. So but we may get an entry to bring us up there. Remember, we are looking for sales on H4, but then we may not see sales until we have another pullback there. Even though we saw something like a double bottom there. So this H4 candle, in fact, the fact of the matter is I have to wait for this current H4 candle to close. The way it closes is what will tell me what to do for now. That is how I can conclude this analysis. The way this current H4 candle closes is what will determine my entry. Now I want to leave it and head over to Boom 1000. Boom 1000, it has reached our point of interest there, and we were waiting for some confirmation there. So I believe on M15 we have that confirmation, but now let's see. It is contradicting with what I have on CCI. That can only tell me one thing, that this is a break of structure there. This is just a retracement. It has given me a new high on H1. This was a break of structure there, and came here, we tested that level, went for a high, we tested now. So it means this may be coming very soon back into the buys, because according to CCI, I'm somehow seeing buys. So H1 shows me what? H1 on the other hand, H1 on the other, H4 I mean, we broke out of that support, I mean that resistance, we retested it, and now we are moving for the buys. We are in for the buys. It means on daily we are on for the buys. We have just finished retesting the breaker broke, and now we are looking for buys, even though we see low momentum. So the buys, the buying is our general option, is our bigger bias. So I won't be making any mistakes around here. I'll just leave it alone and wait for an entry for the buys. And where could that be? Let's look at our fib. Where could that be? So this is a low that gave us that high. Low there. So probably it will come back for this fair value gap. So the sell may continue all the way down below here. For anyone who is trying to scalp it, this is boom 1,000. This is boom 1,000. So you need to be very careful. So for now, I will do this. I will wait for a pullback. One candle on M15 gives me a pullback, and I will make my entry for sales. One candle, just a pullback on M15 is enough. One candle like this on M15, and I'll make my sell entries, and I'll be looking at my TP level here, yeah, 2 levels. One here, one there. That is if I get a pullback. If I don't get another pullback here on M15, no entry at all. I won't be having any entry. So that is what I'll wait for. So I will leave it at this, and today I think I will be on charts unless I'm interrupted to wait for my entries, because I need money. And boom 1,000, I mean boom 500 decided to break up there. Like I told you guys, you needed to wait for the breakout below here. So we broke out of that triangle, and I think I forgot to put my stop loss on one of the entries, and right now I'm in a big loss. This is 0.0. Oh, it's not that big. So it's not that big. Let me check how much am I losing there. It's 14. It's not that big. I think I can close it so that let me check on M15. M15 has reached oversold. That was the first candle. It was a second candle to reach there. Okay. So if I know that, then I can come to H4, know that. So yeah, continuation is on. Now we can anticipate a pullback on H1 on the next hour. But then I'd rather close so that I wait and I make another entry once it is coming for the retest on that breakout there. So it's going to be this is what it's going to be. This is going to be a continuation of the previous trend, and this move is the one that brought us into that consolidation. And right here, it's where we'll be going to. So that means we have that fair value gap there where price is going to be heading to. You can clearly see that, and now you can see that after moving out, price has continued. So until the H1 closes, we can't tell if retracement has started. Remember, we always trade break and retest. It has broken out of that kind of consolidation. Now we will wait for some kind of retracement before we take us up there. If it fails to give us a retest, then we have no entries. You guys already know that, how we do that. All right, so that I will leave it at H1 and head over to volatility 25, and V25 we've said for it to be our confirmed cap and handle, we will see price come back to that level, and the price has actually broken out of our falling wedge there. So the move to bring us back there has started, and we can confirm it if price heads back into the handle or into the channel there that we have. Once it goes back inside, then we'll be certain that this may turn out to be a cap and handle, which will trigger us to make our entries. According to the books, the entries are always on the neckline up there, and if it fails, then it will be just a retracement. If it fails to go back inside, then it will be just a retracement, then to continue selling like how we have this move here. All right, that is for volatility 25, 1S, and then volatility 75. It is still failing to create a new high there, but we wait for it. Volatility 50. On the other hand, the sell is trying to push, and some small profits there. We jump 25. We are looking for that kind of pullback, then we'll later on go in for the buys. So that's where we are currently. According to M15, yeah, that's where we are. And lastly, jump 10, we will be looking for a manipulation there, then later on continue to sell according to H4 and D1. D1 is going to be looking for just a retracement because it has reached a retracement level of on a CCI. I think that's it. That's it. I'm not happy because I wanted to make some entries on Crash 500 today, and somehow I'm not. Alright, we will wait for anything. I don't want to. When it breaks out on this level, I will make my entries on that trend line there. That's where I'm going to make my entries immediately. I'll be making my entries immediately because that will be confirming my double top, my double bottom down below here. Then I'll make my entries immediately for the buy to take me up there. It will be a scalping trade, so anyone who makes an entry there, please be sure that you're going to scalp it. Be sure you're going to scalp it. That means you're going to stay on the chart until you close your profits and leave the charts, because scalping requires that. All right, that is it from me. I want to wish you guys a good day, and hopefully I will meet you at 1 for the BTC analysis, but for the rest of the synthetics, we'll be meeting again on Monday to analyze again the synthetics. I want to wish you guys a good weekend, and of course don't forget that the registration for the mentorship classes are still ongoing. Whether you want to have a special kind of setting for your own self, or you want to join the rest of the class, you can register, or you can inbox me and we see how we can make that happen. December registration mentorship class is on, and yeah, I think that's it. I want to wish you guys a happy trading day, and risk management is key as always. Don't take it for granted, because you want to protect your capital. Your capital is like your oxygen for the business. If you don't have your capital, you won't make money. You need an investment to start making money. So don't blow up your capital very soon. Stick with the risk management that you've put in place, and be sure to follow it through so that you protect your capital. Otherwise, see you guys on Monday for BTC at 1 p.m. Have a nice day. Happy trading.